interesting topic now is insurance brokers and the digital transformation that they're undertaking to achieve this insurance for Viksit Bharat, insurance for all, insurance for as many as is possible and feasible. The uncertainties in life and business are growing day by day. And partly those uncertainties are driven by changes in the ecosystem. And big part of the ecosystem is that digital transformation. So it is digital transformation in the ecosystem and then digital transformation within the organization. Once these two match, I think then digital transformation will be able to play a much bigger role. So our moderator for this session is Bharose Madam from Deloitte India. We are inviting Suresh Sethi, Director of RIA Insurance Brokers. We have Falguni Desai. She is the CEO of Sejal Insurance Broking. Welcome, Falguni. Thank you. We have Syed Miraj Naqvi. He is the CEO and Principal Officer at Risk Bearable Insurance Broker. Is Vidya Bhuta. She is the Managing Director at Mialtas Insurance Broking.
It's a privilege to be moderating this session. Insurance broking, I mean, it's a little, maybe for me was a less known intermediary. And now I'm trying to learn more on it. And every time I meet brokers, I keep learning more and more. So generally we think agents like, of course, corporate agents kept aside. Most are individual agents. So you feel it's a small sort of for this. And when I was asking them, they said, oh, they have large number of employees working for them. So this was another revelation for me to say insurance broking is a very important intermediary, especially the work that they do for the insured. And what we have seen is that it's been growing. So the new registrations which happened in the current year, March 24, was 64 people have registered, 64 entities have registered as brokers. And the number now is around 683. So the broking number is increasing, which is a good sign. But the only factor which we saw was, at least I noticed, was brokers are there in the general insurance company. They are actually a major share in the general insurance company, but they are not there so much in the life, except for group life. So group life, of course, they have a marginal share which has increased, but otherwise they are there in general, they are there in health. Life is something which we should look forward to. And with that, I would like to see how do we use digital transformation for the growth that is there, for the entity itself, the brokers itself, and the insurance company. So thank you, panelists, for joining this session, and welcome to it. So before we start on the main discussion, I generally like to know what comes to your mind when you think of the word digital transformation. बहुत सुनते हैं हम लोग कि what is digital transformation? One word, one sentence, quickly on what comes to your mind when you hear the word digital transformation and insurance broking.
I feel it is reinventing how we connect, operate, and innovate. As connecting to the people digitally, which will benefit us, operate going online with the streamlined process of complete process from quotation to policy issuance, and innovate a new idea for a claim processing. So that's my definition for me for digitalization of insurance.
For me, it is just one word, and that is opportunity.
Opportunities. That's good. Sir?
So for me, it's very simple. It's a sentence, unleash the dragon. With AI coming in, it's a dragon we are unleashing. If we have the power to control it, we are going to be master of it. And if not, then we have to find ways to get out of it.
But even if you can't manage it, as an insurance, you can insure the risk of it also.
Yeah.
Digital transformation, I will look at it that it should be hassle-free. These different regulations coming from different direction, like this KYC. KYC is becoming a hassle in issue of health insurance from policy under digital transformation because KYC has to be fulfilled. These motor insurance, now KYC is needed. That is, there has to be one uniform place where KYC should be taken care of. Why everyone needs it separately? They are creating bottlenecks.
Thank you. But I agree, KYC, actually, especially for mutual funds. I've not faced this problem for insurance, but mutual funds, including the same scheme or other schemes from the same fund, we keep having this problem coming in. So I think they should have a centralized KYC and should be looked at by all intermediaries in the financial service sector. So now coming to the discussion of this today's session, I would like to understand as to how have you all implemented digital transformation in your own entities? And which are the areas that you all took and why were those areas taken for digital transformation?
Yeah, we have implemented digitalization in life and health, both the insurances. Yeah, that is, it is very exciting journey, but yeah, it is a roadmap also available, like it is a rack, resistance, adoption and acceptance. Resistance is like that as people are are used to a traditional method of payment, like physical checks, physical policy copies. Still some people insist a physical copy. And that rightly stated by Sir, CKYC, because earlier CKYC was not there. And adoption is a big thing, digital payment. People are still scared to make scan for a payment, scan code, GPay. So yes, adoption is one of the case. Soft copy of the policy. People are not used to, then it is DigiLocker to use to save your product. And acceptance, the complete process from quotation to policy issuance and claim settlement online. See, the people who are educated nowadays and young generation are easily can do that. But elderly people still prefer to go at a manual process as they can't handle this. So yes, these are the challenges we face when we had a Sejal Bima online platform. To overcome, we had a system, we have a team separately which has been trained, which has been monitored and cultured to transformation of the complete system. Hence, that has helped us to reach remote area wherein we don't have offices in remote area like Jalgaon, Kolhapur, but there we don't have to deploy more manpower and no need of insurance people help as it is every policy is just done online. We may face sometimes CKYC problem, rightly stated by Sir, that policy gets stuck because of that or payment is deducted but policy is not issued. But yeah, insurers help us and we definitely come out of it.
So mainly it was customer experience where you've taken digital transformation. Okay. On your side.
Digital transformation for us as a company has started from within. All right, then we have developed something which is useful to our customer. Firstly, we organized ourselves. Then we developed something useful to the customer, like as I have told you in the meeting there, that asset valuation is something which we have created. We have created inspection systems. That is actually other than the league, but that is something which is very, very important for the customers. So, and then after creating something which is outside and for the customers, then integrating within the system what we are having within. So this has given us a vision wherein we can think of something which is new and actually important for the claim settlements and the increment in the premium or reaching out to the right customers, to the rural or to the last person.
Last mile.
So that is something I think digital transformation has not now limited to the data integration or something this. Now things from the last year when I was sitting here, I was asked that what do you think that the AI will play a role or the needle will move to which side? In this 1 year, what I have noticed, the things have changed drastically. And now you not only have to think about the digital transformation within the company or outside the company or making the process easier or making the informed decisions. Now it is something which you have to think beyond that. And if someone has not started this activity in their company, then in future, it is not the question that they will grow or not grow. Question is whether they will exist or will not exist.
Oh,
Right.
So
That's
this
it.
is a need actually now.
That
It's
is
not
actually,
a
it is
luxury,
not,
it's a
yeah,
need.
it is, yes, it is not a luxury or anything which is you are doing anything extra. There is something which is the need of the time.
Okay. So we heard customer experience, we've heard internal processes where you've started using, and which then was used for customers also, and then was brought in again internally to be used for the employees. So that's a very good way of putting it. So
See, my wish is that this digital transformation does not cover claims, because in case the claims become smooth due to digital transformation and Bima Sugam is in place, there is no need for insurance broker firms to survive even. Who will use us? No one is going to use us. So, my inner wish is it should not happen. I have to safeguard myself, my employees, and who have been with us, so that inefficiency in claim settlement by these insurance companies, delay in issuing policies, let it continue, and I am dead sure it will continue. Because digital transformation and AI, if it comes into this country, and it is coming in the world, and it will come here also, it will take away the jobs of these so-called senior managers and vice presidents and in insurance companies. And they are also very clear that they will not let it happen.
sir,
They are very
generally it's
clear.
understood like that, and whenever we do innovations or digitization, jobs get impacted. But over the years, we've seen that jobs really don't get impacted because there'll be other avenues where people will get employed. And anyway, there's a shortage of people outside of India. So,
Barrows, ma'am, in this country, the figures from the industry, what should be relevant to the people or to the industry, are not revealed. What is the attrition rate in ICICI Lombard? How many persons have been thrown out, or out of frustration they have left that company? It's happening. Jobs are being lost,
that is there.
and it will continue. On the positive side, my wish is that Bima Sugam comes into this, whereas when talking to the people, I am hearing that Bima Sugam, in which maybe 500 crores have been invested, it will be sabotaged.
Oh,
It will not come. Because if it comes, it will affect some of the very large insurance brokerage firms, whom you know and I know. They will be wiped out. Bima Sugam is going to be the equivalent of what some companies have achieved.
yeah. But considering Indian market, we have 1.4 billion. So we can always have healthy competition in that sense between the platforms also.
So those companies are also very active. They will not let Bima Sugam to come. In one of the event which Insurance Foundation of India had on Bima Sugam, maybe 16 months back, we had projected that, talking of Bima Sugam being funded with 100 crore rupees equity, we laughed at it. And we projected at that time it will need funding of 1200 crore rupees. And today they are talking of 500 crores. At that time they were not aware of DPDP Act.
Yeah.
Bima Sugam has to take care of DPDP Act requirement.
Yes.
It will need 2000 crores. It is not going to be. Digital transformation, it has happened in the world, it will happen here also. There will be attempts by the right people to sabotage it. And my first point, let their claims management be inefficient, then only people use insurance brokerage firm like us. Because they are not ready to pay 25% of the claim amount to Insurance Samadhan. They get it free of cost from us, the insurance brokerage firm, because we have to settle the claim of our client without charging any fees.
Yeah. Vidya, your entity. So we come back to the main question. How is your company implemented digital transformation and which areas and why did you take those areas?
Okay, so I'm very clear that my customer target group, so we operate in three verticals. One is B2B, that is direct corporates, which might, one vertical, one is B2C, that is direct customers, which we get through online leads and all. And one is B2B2C, which is the agents. However, the trend is that my direct, all my customers are in the range between 25 to 45, be it a retail policy or a corporate policy sitting on the other side of the table. Now, it is not possible to close your eyes and say that digital transformation I cannot adhere to. I have to because the customer is far way ahead than we are. This side, on supplier side, the insurance companies have woken up. I have seen claims settled for motor, definitely, the small motor policies in 3 minutes. So I have seen that, and I think we are going in the right direction. And taking Sir's question on why an insurance broker will be important, I have believed that every aspect of any business have to be left to human intervention. So in insurance, the retail policies may go online, the claim may go online. However, the corporate policies, your huge policies or huge retail policies like life, which are bigger in premium, have to have an human intervention. So I am happy with this digital transformation, and I have imbibed that in my company, both on customer side and the employee side.
Thank you. So I think true to...
As the point comes, better to handle it at that stage itself. In your three segments, you use the term agent.
Agent.
B2B, B2, and third one, you use the term agent. Under the regulations, insurance brokerage firms are not allowed to have agents. How you are using it by violating the regulations?
No, POSPs.
Yes,
Oh.
okay, so
And that's
fine.
the maximum use.
POS is correct. No, that
Correct.
is-
Because actually we have seen the register, the thing, and I came to know, I'm now doing research on much more on brokers. POSP, the brokers use POSP more than agents do, which is very surprising. I always thought agents use point of, POSP is basically point of salespersons. And point of salespersons, brokers are using more than agents, including if you look at this motor insurance service provider. Motor insurance service providers also are being used by brokers more than agents. So, I mean, you all are using people, point of sales and motor insurance service providers much more than what agents are also using.
As an agent can't appoint POS because POS, the broker only can appoint POS and insurance company can appoint POS. Agents does business taking his license through an insurance company or through an broker. He can do his independent business. An agent can't appoint POS. The moment Sir has said Bima Sugam, I would request IRDA to make us also, broker also participate in the same Bima Sugam.
That is there.
No, they are saying it,
You
but
will.
the ratio is still not decided. If what margin we can sell, because definitely the POS or customer will take the quotation from Bima Sugam and then they'll send it to broker, please match the price, which we will not able to match as it involves cost to us. We have a staff, we have a team, we have IT structures. So IRDA, they must think how they can accommodate a broker also, insurance broker and the insurance company, and the rate should be decided for everybody. Hence, it's a fair deal for all of us. Yes.
Transparency will come about with Bima Sugam. So that's there. So when we were discussing, when I saw the background to it, to say brokers, and naturally brokers
Just-
will be... Yeah, it's... Sure, sir.
See, the role of insurance broker firm is that we are responsible till claim settlement. And when Bima Sugam will show that if you are buying directly, then you are paying 100. And when you are buying through broker, you are paying 105 or 107. No one will buy it. So digital transformation is that if it comes fully, you take it that all the four of us are wiped out.
But brokers provide much more service than just not only claim, but also to derive what should be the premium, how the policy should be worded, because you're in general insurance. So it's a much larger landscape which is covered by brokers. And brokers are needed not by the insurance company. Brokers are required by the insured. So the companies will be appointing you to say, okay, you need to devise a policy which is good for the insured. So I think brokers will still continue, even if Bima Sugam comes by.
100%.
See,
Yes, 100%, because we know what requires by you. A 50 years goal, what policy required. 30 years man who is just going to get married, maternity covers is required. So people connect us, and we can guide them, we can advise them what right policy is for him. Like 2x, 4x, some insurance become when, like making premium once, zero, means you will get that much, return of premium you want in the life. Or like in Niva, you have locked the premium. It says this kind of policy, what policy is suitable to you? A young guy at 25, he can take Niva Bupa's lock the clock policy, which is until he takes the claim, the premium remains the same. Else premium increase in some company every yearly or every 5 yearly. So broker role will always be there. Bima Sugam is not going to advise what kind of policy is suitable for you. After just putting my age, date of birth, my gender and everything, he'll just give me 6 to 7 quotes. He will not guide me what is best for me. The cheaper looking policy will be costlier to me down the line of 5 years. So all those things are always part of a life, and broker can't be eliminated from the system.
Vidya, you want to answer? One
See, on the same, that is, while she will answer next is, ECHO is a very good example of not using brokers and going in very widely on TV channels that we are cheaper, we don't pay brokerage, we don't pay commission and all that thing. When they started selling health insurance and they came out with a beautiful 6-page booklet, which you must have seen.
Yes, I've seen.
Average claim paid by ECHO is at 72,000 rupees. Whereas in India, the average health insurance claim, that is all claims divided by number of claims, the figure is in the range of 32,000. The reason is that all those who were being advised by insurance brokerage firm that your pre-existing disease will be revealed in the application, that is, they said कि हम ECHO से लेंगे, because when you are buying on computer, you are confident of telling a lie that you don't have pre-existing disease. And ECHO acquired all undesirable customers by sabotaging the survival of brokers. And we wish that this figure of ECHO goes up this year to 1 lakh rupees per claim. And then we will ask the CEO of ECHO.
Yes, yeah, so okay. So Vidya, your thoughts on this, to say that how would digital transformation be used or implemented by brokers to gain more entry into insurance, life insurance companies? Because you are very much there in general now. How do you increase the share of brokers in life insurance using digital transformation?
So one good thing which I have understood since all the conferences I have been attending, that insurance company in a big way have taken data very seriously. Data analytics have been done at a very higher level. In fact, one of the insurance company told me and showed me their portal in which they have a data of somebody buying a car through which he actually understood that he will need which hospitalization, how much kids cover, how much cover will his kids need, when will his kid go to abroad or go abroad, and what money will he require. So data analytics will go to that level that you can predict what will be required by that person over a period of time. So insurance company is getting into that. we will come to that because as broker, we are the waterfall effect of the insurance company. And if we want to get closer to our customer and give him whatever he wants, data analytics is going to help. So I think digital transformation is there to.
Yeah, and it will help you grow in your insurance, life insurance business also.
Yes.
Ms. Naqvi, you want to add something on this?
See, digital transformation will only help us to reach to the maximum numbers. All right.
The last mile.
Maximum numbers, as you know, we all have some threats, some problems in the mind. But the point is, still in India, we are having only 3% of penetration across industry. So we have, an immense opportunity. So it may happen that we will face some problems, some competition from some angle. We may face some, some issues which will be very, very difficult to handle. But again, there is always a possibility of going into the new market, and that is the vision of the country also. By 2047, we have to reach to the last member, that is something.
Insurance for all.
So in that case, when we talk about the life insurance for the brokers, so in such situation, this is some area where we have to actually excel in. And by POSP model or by having agency or by online sellings, we can definitely increase that. And it will happen sooner or later because now the business model is being changing, from a general or corporate broker to a retail broker or to life broker also, life insurance broker also. So I see the opportunity in this, So this is how it happens.
So when you, generally we've heard of insurtech companies partnering with insurance companies. Do you see insurtech companies partnering with insurance brokers to have help in this digital transformation? You want to add something? Or how you can work with an insurtech company as a broker?
We are working with InsurTech company for AI development. As you know, we are running call centers. So first call is doing through by AI, means the requirement is needed or no. So churning of the data happens through an AI. We have a chatbot in our system, wherein at 24/7 service is available. Say if anybody has a motor claim, through chatbot we have an API kit integrated to the InsurTech company, wherein claim get registered without manpower's interference. Then the claim initiated already. So this was chatbot, and we are working with many more like AI we are going to use for claim registrations. So InsurTech company is a superb way, and the startup we should boost for automation the process where we can give a customer best service.
Vidya, where would you have used an insurtech company as an insurance broker?
So I agree with Falguni. The insurtech companies are giving us a way ahead for different. So I have implemented in my quote. So we have to make hundreds of quote in a day by different verticals, and we have to float it in the market to the insurance and get the best quote and give it to the client. So this is a very tedious and a redundant task. And because of AI and because of this digitalization, insurtech companies are helping us reduce this burden, reduce the manpower usage, and it's much faster now.
Oh, so that's good. So
yeah.
getting the quote from the insurance companies, you're
Yeah.
using AI in that process.
Yes, we are
Okay.
using that.
Anywhere where you've worked with insurtech companies, I will come to you after Naqvi.
See, now what I understand from the last 2.5 years, I'm actually working on the IT part of my company. InsurTech companies will help you, of course, because they have technology. But, see, at the same time, when you have to compete in the market, and that competition is not only with, other brokers or the agents, it is with the insurance companies also, because they have bank insurance and they have their teams. So you have to be little more creative. As the ma'am said that she's having chatbots and this, and she said that quotations from the system. So these are things which is actually required. So InsurTech is now, brokers are also becoming an InsurTech companies. So
they're having in-house development.
As we are also having the in-house team, AI team, and this also normal this thing. Of course, chatbot will help a lot. Integration between the two technologies will help a lot. So this is actually coming up, and you will see in next 2 years, things will, when we were discussing it in after 2 years, things will be very, very different, very, very different.
And you've also said that you've used technology for appraisals of your employees also.
Yes, that is the internal CRM, what I was telling you.
Huh.
That, it is only the time of the demand of the time, and you have to grow, and you have to think little fast. And that is what I'm saying, that, it is not possible with, a company you are hiring with, I mean, you're in connection with, but actually that is to be developed from from your company also. You should also have a team of IT, dedicated team, where you can actually immediately apply new ideas and change things, because there are several things what you develop or what an IT company develop that will actually replicated in some other shape and size. So if you have ideas, then you can counter many competitions, many things which are very, very difficult to understand at the first sight. But but it is, and even as I told you that we are having SOPs of doing things. So if we are having SOPs within the process, then it helps us that the work will be done in a better and efficient manner, and you will save cost also. So it is actually, now you have to think that how creative you can be now. So it is not only about the fight between the and artificial intelligence or human intelligence. It is actually human intelligence which is going to lead anyway, anytime, by using its efficiency. I mean, AI's efficiency. That it is up to you that how you can actually grab and utilize.
Absolutely. So what is your take on insurance brokers working along with insurtech companies?
We use a Bombay-based insurtech company which provides us support in wellness programs and all that thing. When we used to go to our customers, our competition was telling them that here is the quote and we are giving you wellness program. And we used to find that we are on the weaker footing. So we tied up with, became client of this insurtech company in Bombay. And detailing wise, we have to pay some fee and some fee per client base. When we provide that software, when we book the business, telling that we are also giving you wellness program, customer gives us the business, and then this comes into picture. Then the data needed by this insurtech company includes email ID of the insured, which we find that 90% persons do not give that. Or the HR department of that company itself is sabotaging this thing. So we are a confused lot. HR manager needs wellness program as a part of a group health insurance on free of cost basis. ये जो cheap mentality है, that has to go. They want it free of cost, complimentary, along with the group health insurance policy, but they do not want to give the email ID. And then they are satisfied that, and we also bought group health insurance policy with wellness program. So we are confused.
But it does help. So
He's
the
absolutely right,
Trustcus, it is helping. So insurtech, digitization
He is definitely
is
helping.
helping insurance brokers work on it. Yes.
But one of the points, sorry sir, one of the points which he mentioned, I liked it, that insurance broker firm, they will have their own insurtech division or vertical. And I foresee that there will be consolidation of such insurance brokerage firms, and more companies will come on the stock exchange. They will get listed. Because at present, the only listed insurance brokerage firm is Policybazaar, PB something something.
Yeah.
I foresee that more number of insurance brokerage firms will be listed on the stock exchange from year 3 to year 6,
That's good.
not in 2025.
You are right, absolutely right. Oh, I can also foresee this. This is going to happen because the moment people will get out of this funda, then they will start thinking of SME, IPOs and all. And this is something, as sir rightly said, that wellness is required by the clients, but they don't want to share the numbers, they don't want to share the email IDs, and even they are not utilizing those services, but they want it. So those companies who are actually having teleconsultation, health checkups and everything, that we also have integrated everything within our system. We have generated a well connect program, which is having everything, including the endorsement systems and everything whatever
All
you
done
can think
in-house,
of.
all done
But again,
in-house.
we have faced this problem that people are not ready to give the email IDs at the initial stage of the policy booking. So what we have started, that is what I was saying, that you have to be a little creative. So what we have started, we have added chatbot, WhatsApp chatbot. And WhatsApp, again, that WhatsApp also will need a number that you will not have. But the moment any claim would be there, then they send their numbers, because for lodging a claim, they need to give the employee in this email address or the phone number. The moment they give it, we approach them, and we get them registered in the Well Connect. And then even they can get every information from the WhatsApp also. All the information about the policy, all the teleconsultation,
So very
everything is
clearly, I
possible.
think
So-
we spoke about the global trends in the morning. I think vendor working, collaborating with vendors and all of that. So you all are going further on to say, okay, this
That
is
is-
something that we are doing additionally.
That is
So
what
you
I'm
take
saying.
a health policy and you have got a wellness
we have to
program.
be little creative. We have to, cross connect the different platforms. And of course, we have to have in-house IT teams, because for everything, if what I have noticed, I'm in the process of applying POS. So for every API integration, we have to pay 1 lakh rupees, 1,50,000 rupees, which is unnecessarily very, very high price, which is actually restricting us to get into the IT systems. But if we do it in-house, and that of course team should be good, that has a cost. But when you have a settled team, you think differently, and you get something which is actually required by the market. One example for like that nobody has thought of giving asset valuation, which I told you, asset valuation for desktop asset valuation, sir, I'm talking about. That is generally cost 50,000 rupees, 40, 50,000. That we are giving in 2 minutes online, free of cost. Now that is helping our client in a manner that it is giving the right value of sum insured, and there are few add-ons which you can use, and you can get premium benefit also. So that is, you have to be in this market.
Sure. So now we're coming to the end of the session, and just one last, what would be your desire, choice, or wish? In which area do you think there should be digital transformation, or which area is something which is going to come in?
AI underwriting, that is needed, and risk assessment, which will streamline the process, it is a time-consuming process where if you ask for a quote, one quote where we have a huge sum insured, it takes 2 to 3 days, and which will be, risk assessment will be faster and accurate.
Vidya, you want to add something? Which is the area that you're looking at?
So I am wishing, and it is going to happen, and I'm a fan that customer analytics have to be drastically known for a company. I mean, you need to foresee your customer choices before you start selling your product. So that's
Future
where
predictability.
Yes, yes. And with the Gen Z coming in, you actually don't know what they want. Actually, if I get an AI in which customer analytics will be that strong, which I need to develop in my company, we'll be sorted.
Okay. Mr. Naqvi, sir, we'll come to you on the last word. We'll have Mr. Naqvi say. Sir.
So it's always good to have his word, he is having different insight and good.
So he'll give the last word.
Yes, that is the point. So what I think, what I foresee and what I wish that it should happen is more not into the risk assessment, because that is something which is very, very relative. And a single, even if you keep this bottle here to here, the risk would be different, So that is something which is very, very difficult to manage. But underwriting is something which can be possible through AI at the broker level.
At the broker level.
at the broker level. And we are trying to build something like that because, and how it can work because, it is more about data analytics and, pattern setting and understanding about the trends. So it is possible if we have quotations, high number of quotations from the insurers, and we have the knowledge that what kind of risk they are writing as of date, as of now, then we can set up a pattern by which we can understand that which risk is going to be accepted by which insurer and at what price. So this is something, utilizing the bigger number of data, and it will help us to save our time. Obviously, we need to take approvals from the insurers, but that is something which is possible.
I would add to it, we are using AI model wherein it has a system, a program wherein you upload the fleet data. Say we are doing fleet like, Karnataka, Rajasthan. So just upload your 50 datas because they are connected to all the RTOs and the claim ratio of insurance company. Immediately within 5 minutes data will come out with saying this is at high risk. He has a 50 TP cases with the TP amount. So it is really simply possible and it is very easy. I really thank to all InsurTech company for giving such a wonderful tool. Because what happens otherwise, fleet we give it to different insurance company. As a broker, we are not that competent enough to know which fleet is making loss making. So this kind of AI tools, I am still started using it, which is really encouraging me. And you will not believe I keep on learning of what AI for a risk assessment has come up to. So yes, AI is really helpful. InsurTech, Infotech companies are amazing. I am really thankful to all the participants out here. Okay, they are doing great job. Please help us in this ways.
Thank you. Sir, last word on insurance.
I
And
pick up
digital transformation, sir.
I pick up 2 points. One from her side, that policy or under quotation being available in 3 minutes. That is, we handle gratuity insurance and the client wishes to have 3 different quotations or 3 different companies, and the time taken by the life insurance companies is 4 weeks to 6 weeks. InsurTech is needed in such calculation. And the funny part is that the amount which comes out is plus minus 20,000 rupees. The customer is totally confused. He has become habitual of 3 quotations. He should take a decision on the basis of what is the return one life insurance company got in last 3 years for his clients and what the other one got and all that thing. Wastage of time and all is going on.
So
That's
where brokers will come in.
That is why positive note that we will survive because nothing is going to happen, that is, and we pick up a payment of 3 crores or 13 crores in gratuity. Brokerage might be very minimal, but then it is that at one second point which I am covering is that why brokers are not that active in life insurance. It is that from the very beginning, insurance brokerage firms have been given lower brokerage in comparison to what is paid by the life insurers for agents. Yes. That is, we have not been given the level playing field in spite of it being taken up by Insurance Broker Association of India. That is, are we giving level playing field or we are not giving? IRDA has not given us level playing field. That is why we have not increased our penetration in life insurance.
So I think she was at the last sentence and we close the session there.
Insurance company have many ways of procuring a life policy. They have a partner channel, they have retired channel. And in this case, how it happened, one agent can recruit 15 to 100 agents and they are getting commission up to one policy 80%. And they can pass back whatever amount, wherein our commission is just 35%. And service agent can't give. Everything and anything depend on the insurance company. Still, insurance company prefer agents while giving, there are 15 channels they have opened for them and broker an isolated person wherein he has struggled for a business.
Ma'am, I will add one last point. These agents are given very attractive incentive tours. As a result of that, out of 80% which they get from the life insurer, they pass on 70% of the first year premium to the customers.
Customers. Yeah.
And there are habitual customers who buy it. Next year, they have become so habitual of 70% thing, they make that policy lapse. Next year, they again buy it. So finance minister has done a good thing by bringing this change over period of time, where it is that tax benefit is not available in case you are going in for the new scheme, that is. Otherwise, they were taking benefit of 70% commission,
Commission.
lapse it next year, again take it, again and a book and a tax incentive. So this is a country where these facts are known. Why we as our regulator, where our Life Insurance Council, our Brokerage Association of India, that is a finance ministry, we should correct it.
Sure.
Then only we will become third largest economy. Otherwise, as I was telling you, if some of the YouTubes you see, and you will feel depressed of what has happened in the stock market and what bad predictions are coming for the country.
But I'm always optimistic. I think this is just a phase. We will soon come up. And I'm sure that 26 May to Japan, we will surpass. Whether it's Germany or not, I don't know, but Japan for sure we are going to surpass. So we now come to an end of the session. It was very interactive. Thank you so much, all of you. Thank you very much for sharing all your experience and information. Thank you. And do we have time for questions? Do we end the session?
We can take maybe one question.
One question. Yeah, yes. Krishna.
I used to be CRO of a life insurance company, and
CRO of Life Insurance Company.
I was in charge of buying insurance policies, the general side. And we used to have a process to have 3 broker codes actually. And believe me, each broker used to add value. We had analytics ourselves. We had systems, we had knowledge, we had information, we had product sense, everything. But brokers used to bring in some sharper points on policies, documentation, clauses in the policies, what we lack, what more policies I used to need to take for the company, what more protection is required. And certainly insurance tech and digital transformation adds that edge to the broker. I don't know if you've seen such practice in your customers buying policies with broker comparison and codes and tech. I wanted your comment. Yeah.
See, our impression is, or our data is, that the top person does not have time to talk to insurance intermediary or insurance company and all that thing. They will give appointment to a branch manager of a bank because they want loan from him. They will cancel the appointment of the director or the CEO of insurance brokerage firm because they don't have time. And they are always being guided by some junior accountant who is preparing the comparative and the lowest quotation. That is, when the CEO of or managing director of the company tells us that my car has got total loss of 40 lakhs rupees, why you did not give me RTI add-on in the motor policy? Said that your fellow was looking at lowest quotation. He does not have the sense to understand and what is RTI in add-on feature in a motor insurance policy. And you were too busy in talking to someone. That is, in this country, the major cost of any manufacturing company has been and will always remain as the raw material cost. The managing directors spend more time on looking at the cost of the material which is going into the production They don't have time for this very little that is cost, which is under the head of insurance. The time will change. We foresee that insurance should be included in some of the conferences being organized by CII, FICCI, ASSOCHAM, PAD Chamber of Commerce, where they are just looking at someone, that is recently, and that one conference in which the vice chairman of Rajya Sabha, that is the vice president, and that is who is a speaker of Rajya Sabha, he is invited by these. You call the right people. So Rajya Sabha ka jo chairman hai, what is he going to contribute in industry? Because no one else is available, तो आप उसको बुलाते हो.
Sir, the question was
we
that
have to
brokers-
change. We have to change. If we will not change, we are creating obstacles for us to become third largest economy.
Okay.
Thank you.